We all know that mistakes can lead to success down the road, but it really hit home to me for a show that I was doing that I messed up and ended up leading to a really cool outcome. So there's one moment in my show that I do this from time to time where I have somebody think about a number and it leads to an amazing outcome at the end of the show. Now, this number that they think about, it cannot be an extremely low number. I don't mention this because if I ask you to think about a number, you are not going to think about a number this low. Most people don't. However, there was one person that I went up to during a show. I asked them to think about a number, and they thought about one of these extremely low numbers. That's rarely ever happens during a show. So what I did was I just kind of rolled with it. I went to somebody else. I said, you know what, maybe I can do something with that low number a little bit later, but I need to get a number that's higher, that's within this range that, again, is an extremely large range. So I went to the second person and I asked them to think about a number two. They thought about a low number in the same small range that they cannot think about a number. And they thought about it. No one's ever done that twice in a row. I was pretty amazed. I was trying to keep it together, to make it seem like this was all part of the plan. I went to a third person. I said to myself, you know what? I'll do something with those numbers. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I need a number that's a little bit larger. So I went to this third person and I asked them to think about a number. They thought about a low number. Again, like it's an extremely small group of numbers people cannot think about. No one ever thinks about these numbers. When I asked them to think about one, I just got 3 people in a row that thought about this. Now, what I'm thinking to myself is this part of the show that's coming up, it's ruined. I can't do that. I have to pivot to something else. I didn't know what I was going to do. But then I realized if you add all 3 numbers together, it creates the perfect number for what I wanted to do. So I pivoted this part of my show. I had all 3 people stand up. I had them name their thought of numbers and I added them all together. And I said, you thought about a number, you thought about a number, you thought about a number. We are now going to create a new number of these with these 3 people that had not met before this evening. We're going to create a number by adding the 3 together. And this new number, the sum of the 3 numbers that didn't work, I was able to use this new number in this specific part of my show. And what was incredible was the reaction that I got was much better than the reaction that I would have gotten if the first person just thought about a number within the range that I wanted them to. 3 mistakes in a row, but they all led to a greater outcome at the end of the show than what I was expecting.